Alright, what's up everybody, it's Kami and welcome to a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven live commentary. I wanted to make this video just to kind of talk about something that I don't think would take too long, and it's kind of a simple explanation. We have Kakyoin and Jotaro versus DIO and Vanilla Ice, and chose these characters and chose to play as Kakyoin. Just, you know, for today's video, let me actually fix my mic. There we go. Because I am playing this live, like I mentioned before, so I'm just trying to situate everything in a way where it's comfortable for me to talk and play at the same time, you know, and have my mic just kind of face my TV. Let me also lower my TV just a bit, so there's not any echo, so I'm not really going to hear much. I might hear like one or two things, but what I wanted to talk about was Kakyoin's stand, Hierophant Green, and how it could have potentially beaten DIO and pretty much everybody else that they fought in the part, which I thought was really dumb that it wasn't used much after the one time, maybe two times. Actually, yeah, it was two times, and that's his possession ability. Pretty much Hierophant Green is this little like tentacle thing, tentacle looking stand, and he can sprout his tentacles from the ground. I think it's with this one. That's a webbing. One of his skills lets me do it in this game. There you go. That little webbing type of thing. He'll stick his tentacle out of the ground. He can do that to sense vibrations and stuff. So he can kind of locate people and shit like that. There's of course the Emerald Splash, where he just, you know, shoots these little emeralds that kind of burst out, kind of like shotgun shells in a way, in terms of just distance. That's at least what I would compare him to. It's probably not like the best comparison, but it works. But Kakyoin's stand has this thing that it can do, which it's shown the very first time Kakyoin is shown off. He fights Jotaro, and when he fights him, he's fighting him in his school, and there's this like they're in like the nurse's office or whatever, and what Kakyoin does is he actually possesses the nurse, so he can kind of fight Jotaro from within the nurse without, you know, Jotaro, like with Jotaro not wanting to, you know, hurt the nurse because he's possessing somebody. So, you know, there's always that factor of, oh, maybe the person I'm fighting doesn't want to hit, you know, just an innocent person. It just has nothing to do with this. So, you know, it's kind of like a really good way to just get around that. But, you know, he has a possession ability, and he does it, and he pretty much can destroy the person's internal organs. He can stop their air passage. So it's a really useful ability. You know, it's very strong. But aside from this and Death 13, we don't ever see Kakyoin use the ability again, which is really disappointing. We're gonna edit DHA right here. But we don't ever see this ability ever again, aside from these 2 points. And it could have just been, you know, Araki forgetting things, because he does forget things. But it's just like Starfinger. Starfinger's only used a couple times, and it's more useful than you think it is. And you don't ever see it used often, which is kind of disappointing. But it's the same thing with his possession, except the difference with the possession is since he has full control over the people that he's inside of, because his stand pretty much just hides inside. Like, I'll put a screenshot up right here. I think I have a screenshot actually of him when he possesses Death 13, and he's sitting inside of him. I should have a screenshot of that. I'll find one. But he's pretty much possessing Death 13, and he's able to just have Hierophant Green sit inside the stand, and DIO stop time. But he's able to put his stand inside a person or whatever, or like another stand. It doesn't matter. You can just do it to anybody. So this is where I think comes up. Oh, Jotaro stop time. But this is where, like, you know, my whole argument on this comes up, and is that in the car chase scene, when who was driving? Joseph was driving. When Joseph is driving and DIO's in the other car behind him with a guy that he just got to just start driving for him because he was gonna die anyways. I feel really bad for that guy. Poor guy. He didn't need to get involved in this. But hey, it happens when you're fighting an immortal vampire in the middle of a really populated town. People are gonna get involved. They don't have to get involved because DIO doesn't care. So his chauffeur or whatever is like driving behind them, and there's this like car chase scene, and they're pretty much driving down the streets of Cairo, Egypt. And during the scene, Kakyoin pulls his standout. He pulls out Hierophant Green, and he has it go to DIO's car. And he kind of starts fighting from a distance, and he tries to like Emerald Splash him a couple times, but DIO just like flicks it away. This is before we'd seen the world have time stop. It was actually the scene after in the next episode where we see Kakyoin die, and we see this time stop ability for the first time in full effect. Because up till then we hadn't seen it really. Well, we'd seen it, but we didn't know it was time stop. So it's like we didn't see it. So up until that point, it hadn't been seen. So DIO's flicking away the Emerald Splashes at point blank range, not knowing, or Kakyoin not knowing how he's doing it. And of course, it was just, you know, the time stop. He was able to just stop time, and made it really easy for him to just flick that shit away. But you know, they're unaware of that. And it was at this moment where Kakyoin probably could have had his stand possess DIO. And of course DIO has his regeneration, but you know, he's not completely invulnerable to damage. He could have still gotten hurt by Joseph's Hamon if you were to hit him with you know, his Hamon and Hermit Purple. He could have done it. He could have done it. And whoa, there you go. But he could have done it. He could have possessed DIO, and he probably could have killed him. They could have found some way, because you know, DIO does die. Jotaro, you know, beats him in his fight. And they could have found some type of way to do it. Okay, Kakyoin could have possessed him, just like he could have possessed literally everybody else that they fought. They could have taken control of them, and they could have beat the shit out of them. Kakyoin himself could have destroyed their internal organs. He could have stopped their breathing for everybody else that wasn't an immortal vampire. And they could have beaten everybody really easily, which, given, would have been boring. But it's kind of stupid that Kakyoin dies knowing that he could have possessed DIO in this moment, in this car chase. And he could have done something after that. He could have done something. He could have done something, considering he can also possess, you know, the stands, like I mentioned before, how he was hiding inside of Death 13. He could have hid inside the world, and then Joseph could have attacked the world, because, you know, DIO's death is related to his stand getting injured, because if the stand gets injured, the person does too. So when Jotaro punches the world that last time and it cracks his leg and it blows up, DIO also blows up, and his body just fades away into nothing. So he could have had him die right there. Of course, it adds the dramatic effect, and you know, and then it gives Jotaro a time to really shine and fight, because it is his fight at the end of the day. It's him and Joseph's thing. It's their fight trying to save Holly, which is, you know, Joseph's daughter and Jotaro's mother. So that could have happened, though. It definitely could have happened. Kakyoin definitely could have possessed DIO. He could have possessed everybody else that they fought in the part, and it's a little disappointing that he doesn't do it, aside from these two times that I mentioned before, the first fight against Jotaro and then the Death 13 fight. So it's just one of those things that maybe Rocky forgot about. Of course, you know, it could have happened, but it's whatever. Leave a like if you guys enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm actually working on another video, which is why I wanted to do this one instead of making this like a really crazy, heavily edited video. Just want to do a live commentary on this and talk about it, because it's a simple topic. I don't have to do too much explaining. It's just he has his possession ability that he doesn't use, and he could have used it to potentially beat DIO. And it's disappointing that, you know, it's kind of just forgotten, but it's whatever. Like I said, I didn't want to sit here and explain it for too long. Just wanted to, you know, do this live commentary and play the game for a little bit. So if you guys enjoyed that, like I said before, go ahead and leave a like. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll be doing videos explaining more stands in the future, as well as covering JoJo theories and plot holes, and reviewing the Diamond is Unbreakable anime episodes up until the anime finishes, which will be in a couple of weeks. It should be done around Christmas time. So I'm going to be reviewing the episodes up until then. So once again, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.